Hi, this is a tutorial on Weebly. Okay, so you simply go to Weebly.com. It is a site that will allow you to set up a web page. Okay, and it's free, which is a good thing. Okay, if you haven't set up a Weebly before, it's just like anything else. You can log in with Facebook or Google, or you can set up your own account. I set up an account 10 million years ago, so I just haven't remember my info because I'm too lazy to remember how to log in everywhere I go. So you can have multiple accounts with this one. So once you have set up an account, up here, you'll notice you can look at your account. No, that didn't really show anything. Okay, never mind. You can, let's see. Let's say I want to work with this one, with this Weebly. Here we go. Thank you. So here are some of the accounts that I have. I've got my classroom webpage is there, and then I'm also a part of getting my master's. So this is an account that I'm working with more often now. Now, of course, they want you to pay, but I like the cheap, free site. And if you're part of education, that's one of the questions they ask when you join, is that you're using it for educational purposes, so it's all free. So you simply click on Edit Site. Weebly is very simple to use. It's not one that you collaborate on, though. So that's kind of the bummer of it. To set up a Weebly site, it's going to first ask you to go through and select a theme and so forth. So you can go ahead. This was just set up a couple weeks ago. But when it asks you to set up to choose your theme, if I wanted to go to change the theme, it gives you many to choose from in their gallery. So you simply just go ahead and select one. Okay. And then they're filled with other people's information. So I thought this looked really cool. So I used Sarah Smith's. Okay. So you just simply select one that you like and you start using it. And I liked she had something like this. She had something about director of awesomeness or something, or I don't know. But anyway, I changed it around a little. So what I did was I went up here and changed her buttons. So I'm done with the theme. For pages, I wanted to work on the home page, so I left that the same. She only had 4 buttons on hers, and I needed more than that, but it simply let me add them this way. Okay, so for the first page, I went in here and it did allow me to add them. I just added the plus sign and then typed in what they each were. Once you're on a page, I just go ahead to build, and it lets you go ahead and chuck in a section for a title, which means it's bigger font. Also, then you just grab it and slide it over. If you want to add something, notice how if I wanted to just completely get rid of it, I would just click on the X and that text box would be gone. Okay. For instance, I don't really like that, so I'm going to go here. I never noticed how kind of dumb that looks. So let's add a space. I think that's a little better. So right there, it allows you to make changes, and then as soon as you make changes, we had to write a little bit about ourselves and insert some pictures, so they're awesome kids. But what I did was I simply brought a text over to make this big, or a title box, and then when I wanted to add pictures of my husband and myself, I simply drug an image box over and inserted it, and then clicked inside it. So let's say if I wanted to add a picture of our dog, we because she's pretty important too. I would drag an image box over, and then I would click inside it. I would upload a picture from my computer, and I'm going to go ahead and find one of my hound and add it. It still allows me to, I don't really want the picture of my dog bigger than the picture of my children. So I can resize that a bit if I still want to resize it. You know, it's driving me crazy that it's below my words, my text, but I think I can live with that size. Okay, so I can leave it there. And then I went ahead and added, text boxes over to the side to talk about it. When I like how it looks and I'm fine with everything, I just hit publish. And that basically means that it's saved and published to the web. So if anybody were to come to this website, they would see it with the picture of Izzy added to my homepage. Okay, and then I want to go to pages. So we get here and we're on my future ready challenge lesson plan. Okay, notice it's blank. So I haven't done any assignments for this one yet. So when we are ready to add something, I'll simply be dragging a text box over, and I simply click inside it to add. Now I can hit the plus sign to make my font bigger or smaller. I can click on this A and select what color I want my font to be. I can add a link. I can add bullets or numbered to my text. I can bold or, any of those tools. Okay, so I can do any of those things. I can also make a gallery of my pictures or a slideshow of them. I've never used the map feature or the contact form or the newsletter form, but I have used the others, and they're fairly simple. To embed a code, that's something that I've done. So when there's a link to a website, it just kind of embeds it, and it's a little better than just throwing out the actual address online. And I can show you a different page where that's done. So I'm going to go back to my list of pages, and let's say, for instance, I've done organizational tools. I know that I have that done. So here's a list of a few organizational tools. So I had an image at the top. Notice how my buttons are always there on every page so that I can navigate and go through each page. This is something that I had put on each page. It's the name of my website, basically, with spaces. But so when I added the image also, it allowed me to select how I wanted that located on the page. So I could pick if I wanted it to the left. I like things centered. Okay, so it gives you more options to choose between. I came down here and I put another text box, and for some reason I like these little dividers at times. So I talked about a tool or a site, and then I embedded the code, brought that box over and just copy and pasted it in there so that you could go to that site. And then I wrote a couple sentences about that site. I put in a couple more of those divider lines. We went back to build these divider lines just to give myself some space in between. I brought a title box over to talk about the next site. I embedded a code so that people could just follow the link if they're not on the editing version like I am right now. And then I wrote about it. Okay. And so basically I did that with 3 of them. So when I'm done with everything, I simply hit publish, and everything is good to go. And that's how you use Weebly. So thanks for listening.